you good? They asked me, am I good?
Yes,
Ready?
yes, I'm we ready. I'm always good. Actually, I wasn't even supposed to ready.
See what it is.
What's up? What's up?
Hey.
Fifth episode of No More Secret Podcast. We want to thank y'all for tuning in today. Today is a great topic. Today is a great topic today. I got my boy Trey. Trey, man, you can't be that tired, dog. You cannot be that tired.
You can't be that tired.
I'm not tired.
I gave my intro.
What was your intro?
Hey.
Oh, that's your intro.
You feel me? I do it every time.
Hey. Okay. Hey, we just love having fun, though. We love having fun. We definitely love having fun.
Get it.
This week is going to be a great topic. Bam! Okay, I couldn't find the topic.
See, you talking. You worry about me. You giving me. You introducing me after my intro and shit.
Hey, I couldn't. I'm like, dang, I don't have my iPhone. I didn't. Yeah. The topic this week is going to be being alone but not abandoned. No crowd, no noise, just God. That's what it's going to be about this week.
Okay.
It's going to be real deep. Lightweight. I hope so. Hope great conversation.
I can dig it.
You can dig it. How was your week, man?
How
was your week?
It was good. I'm tired. Obviously, you know what I told you before we started. I'm beat at a late night, but I'm here.
You here?
The week flying by though.
The summer flying by. Thank God.
Everything is
Jesus, man.
Time is sped up.
Ever since, listen, I want October the 4th to go so slow.
October the 4th?
Yeah.
Was that your birthday?
Yeah, it's my birthday.
You wanted to go? You want that day to just go by the slow?
Go slow, man. I'm talking about when I say slow, I want it to go slow. Like I'm talking about so slow that when I wake up, it's still the 4th.
All right, well, good luck with that one, bro.
And God says you're supposed to ask for things you want.
Yeah.
I just okay. All right, I guess, man.
Make your day slow. Just live a polychronic life that day. Look that up later when you
what?
Time. Polychronic.
What? You just made that word up?
Nope. Wrote a song about it.
Girl, what do it mean?
Like to hear it.
What do you mean?
It's about like not sticking to strict schedules. It's like just a lifestyle where you just kind of go with the flow.
Okay.
You know, like for example, if there's a wedding, like it may not start on time, they may just start whenever they start. And it's like, you know how some people would call, you know about CP time. They say like, black people ain't on time and shit like that.
Black people are always not on time. Black people is not always on time. That is racist.
There's like cultures though that are like, we're not sticking to strict schedules. We going with the flow. We're gonna be like water. We live, and it's like a little more of like a stress-free type of live. You know what I mean?
You believe that?
Do I believe it? I mean, yeah, I think there's some. Yeah, I kind of adopt some of that. Not to say I'm not gonna be on time. I'm on time for shit, but I'm saying like
definitely on time. Definitely on time. But let's get into it.
Yo.
Let's get into it, man. Today is about just being alone and not feeling abandoned. A lot of us, we have that abandonment issue. I think probably 90% of the world do. It doesn't matter if you feel abandoned as a child, but you gotta think about it. Even in people married, they'll feel abandoned. Yeah, you taking your job more seriously. You playing TikTok. You on the social media. Everybody feel like they're abandoned. Somehow, pastors' wives feel like they're abandoned because the pastor got to do everything with the church. I think everybody have experienced abandonment issue. Have you?
Experience abandonment issue.
You have.
I gotta ponder that. I don't know if I would say abandonment. I don't know if I would use that word.
Stop trying to be so critical.
Why not?
It's a yes.
Everything ain't just a yes. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be. Words got definitions. We gotta.
I want it to be a yes though. It have to be a yes because everybody. You don't think you
want it to be.
Hold on, no, because I know something you said though. That's why I'm trying to like. You ain't never felt abandoned.
You say you know something I said.
Yeah.
Is it something you feel like you can say that I ain't gonna mind you saying? Because I don't know what you're talking about.
About like. No, I can't say it.
I can mute it. I can mute your mic.
After this.
Oh, you can?
Yeah. Want me to?
Yeah, mute it, please. Is it mute? Is it
muted?
Oh, remember you said you felt the
We still on the.
It doesn't ever get as far.
On the live.
Remember you said about your dad and them when you was a kid, you felt abandonment. They didn't really support. Amber, you didn't feel like she supported in the sense of where she was supposed to be at.
I don't know if I would.
Let's go play back. It's still abandonment issues though. It's still It is some type of form of abandonment.
You know I am critical. So like if we say abandonment, it's like abandonment issue. I mean, there's a thing living there because of whatever you went through. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, but you have stated that you felt a certain way, even in that sense of what I said about growing up. Then in the sense of the marriage as well. You wouldn't put that
abandoned, but abandoned for me is like you being left. You feel me? Like I understand like what you're saying, but so that's how I'm looking at it. It's like you being.
But that's not the only definition of abandonment. That's not what abandonment means in the concept, because like I said, people in marriage, they'll go to marriage counseling and say, I feel like I'm abandoned. They're going to use that abandoned word because they'll feel neglected. It's still in. Oh my gosh! Stop making things so damn.
That's a little because it's different. Those are two different words, bro. They got two different definitions. I would use the word neglected that I felt like that from my situation.
Okay.
With those two situations that we talked
Okay,
about.
I mean we're gonna say abandonment, neglected. What else can we say then?
I mean, if you want to do that, we can just say everybody has experienced some type of trauma.
Everybody, okay, okay. Political person, okay, man. Anyways, everybody felt some type of trauma. I'm just so tired of using that trauma word, man. I am so tired of using that trauma because people use it so loosely now.
In what way? What you mean?
I got trauma. Go get some help. Yeah. You don't?
Yeah, I mean, we use
90%
trauma a lot, but
90% of the people you work with deal with trauma. 90% of the people I deal with trauma. Half of them don't want to get the help until they'll get in trouble. Mm-hmm. Then they want to use the trauma situation, but then when they're out that situation, then they'll go back to the same state, but didn't want to get the help. Yeah. Like, where I was, because I can speak about this. The one dude was like, I'm going to go to these programs just so I don't have to go to jail. I said, but ain't that defeating the purpose of the whole concept of you trying to get help? I ain't really trying to get help. But you literally just sit up here and tell this court that you got all this trauma. Now I got to help you, and you don't really want the help. Now you wasting my damn time.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're scared. You're scared to do the work. Let it take.
All right.
What, you feel different?
You know I do. I don't think people scared to do the work. I just think people don't want to. Not about being scared. They don't want to.
So you think it's laziness rather than fear?
Of course.
I can see that. I
What?
think it might be a little. I can see that. I would agree with you. I think it's a little bit
Okay,
of both. Though.
let's go
I think
back.
it's a
Let's
little
go back to the phone conversation when you was at work and I was on the phone, and you.
I don't want to do that.
No.
I'm saying I don't want to do that on here.
No. We just gonna take that. Well, I'm gonna put that on there and say if that was in a different situation. I'm telling somebody, but we can be on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling somebody just like this dude just told this judge, "Hey, I'm going through all this stuff, all this. Hey, Mr. Selfcare, can you help him?" Oh yeah, man, I ain't trying to do all that. But I still have to follow you though. I still have to do all these things, but you're not even going to do the work.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking
Sure.
about. In the same context of that situation.
Yeah,
They don't want to do the work.
That's for sure laziness. Yeah. That's.
All right, sure. I agree.
Are you not hearing what I'm saying?
I
I
just
just
said I
agree with you. I said yes, that's laziness. That's what you were saying. You saying it's laziness. I was saying at first that it's fear. So I was saying, yeah, you're right. That what you describing, like that is laziness. I think, but the other thing is happening too. But I agree with you. I agree with what you're saying too.
What is happening?
Both things are happening at the same time. Some
What?
people are afraid to do the work, and some people are lazy. I think both things can be true. Both things are happening at the same time.
Okay. I disagree. But that's not this podcast. I just
All right.
disagree. Listen to me. I'm scared. Right? Every day I have what I gotta go through,
Mm-hmm.
scared as hell. I didn't want to be a single father. I don't have no background of a good father in my life. Me raised me. Scared?
But you persist.
Because I have no
You still
choice.
keep going. You have a choice.
The choice to be great for my boys.
That's what you choosing to do. But you did just say, yeah, I'm scared.
But
That's
I'm still,
all I was saying. So you made my point. It's still fear for some people. Some people just don't keep going when they're afraid. You know what I'm saying? You said, nah, but I got kids, I got this and that. I'm gonna keep pushing because I got things that I'm working towards. I have a family. I got people depending on me. I got 2 boys. You know what I'm saying? I got a daughter.
Okay.
That was your choice. Some people make the choice. I'm scared and I'm not gonna keep going because.
I said okay. Hey, dog. Hey, that's not what the show about. What the show about
I
being
didn't take
abandoned.
it here.
The show is about me in this life. While we talking about abandonment issues, I'm gonna jump right in it. As far as like at this point in my life, coming in to like isolate. If I have to isolate myself, I feel like I'm isolated. Has been the most scariest thoughts. I hate like that's why I run a lot. That's why I go work out a lot because I don't like being with my thoughts by myself or in my place by myself. That's why I always try to have a family. That's why I always try to have doing something because if you have a family, you're not thinking. But when God took everything and I had nothing to do, that was scary. Like I'll work out literally at 10, don't come back to the house till it's time for me to leave or like just because of the fear that I have being alone. And like but that came from a place from when I was a child.
I was gonna ask you, why is there fear when you alone? What is that?
It feel like the abandonment that I felt growing up for so many years. Like as a child, like people was there, right? But it wasn't the love that I was expecting, should have got, and I deserved as a human being, as a child, from my dad or my mom, from my grandma, and from my uncles. They was there. They did the best they can, but the abandonment issues is me having to offend for myself, right? me having to figure out how I'm gonna do X, Y, and Z because I know ain't nobody else gonna do it, right? And I'm like, is no way. That means this season in my life, like it was scary to just really sit and be by myself without my kids, without my wife, my family. Like it's just been so hard. But once I stop thinking in that child mindset and I let that go, it's been nice. It's been nice. But that was the most hardest thing that I thought I like, and I've been through some challenges in these last 9 months. But this one right here has been like suicide is way much better because I never wanted to face that little kid because it made me angry knowing what I had to go through. Then the results that I was trying to be the best I could and how my life turned out now, it makes me angry fully inside. Like when I have to sit back and think that being taught how to hate my mother, right? But then I had to move with my mother. Then I had to turn around and I left her house at an early age, not knowing nobody in Toledo except her friends. And I didn't go to none of her friends, right? None of her friends. That means I had to think how to survive in the streets. But my abuse started in Youngstown, mentally, physically, right?
Mm-hmm.
That means while I'm doing what I had to do to survive as a 15, 16-year-old kid, just like a lot of these kids today, everybody else, my dad, my mom, my uncle, my grandma, they're in the bed. They're in the bed safe. I didn't want to face that.
So being alone
Brought
kind
some
of
things up.
brings.
Oh yeah, it brings it up. When I say it brings it up, I get angry inside because everybody make excuse why they did it. Oh, but it was your mama. It's your mama's fault. It's your daddy. Oh, it's because you did this. No, no. My kids do a lot of stuff. That don't give me the right to do nah, bro. That means me sitting really trying to face it. I'm telling you, so it's like I sometimes be like, nah. But now I'm at this point now. I say, buck that little boy. That boy dead now.
Hmm.
I'm not I'm not I'm not living in that no longer. I'm not thinking in the mindset of where that little boy was sitting at his grandma's house, how he got talked to, and how he got mistreated. Then we was to blame for something that y'all couldn't explain to us. When I discipline my kids, the first thing I do is explain to them. Discipline them. Second, after that, I'm explaining to them what happened, why it happened. Let's sit down and talk. That means you got to think when a baby come out their mother womb, that baby supposed to be nurtured.
Mm-hmm.
But when you start smacking your baby, calling them bees, stupid, dumb, all these terrible things, then you have to hear, well, it was brought up like that. No, we got to stop using them excuses, man. We got to stop using these excuses while we keep doing this to our kids.
Mm-hmm. They get old.
It's been old. That's some old stuff. I was at this is a couple of years ago. I was at one of my friends' house. She had a baby. Her baby was like 2 years old. She smacked her. I said, oh. I just told her, I said, but do you know you just stopped that baby growth? How? The baby is meant to grab, touch. Just move it. Why would I do that? Because you're bonding with your child. Then somebody will say, well, we don't get taught that. It's every excuse why we don't get top X, Y, and Z, but we know how to do everything else. We know how to roll up weed with one hand. We know how to like I'm just saying like this stuff is this I be like, come on, stop it. I'm so tired. I'm so tired seeing 18-year-old boys coming into a damn shelter because the mama didn't want the daddy in their life. Now the mama want to do what she want to do, or the grandparents or whoever throw them away. 18 years old. Why would you drop your 18-year-old kid off at the shelter? You know how many times I saw that? You know how many times kids' birthday was they'll turn 18, they'll have to go into a shelter? I said, are you serious? We got to stop using these excuses, man.
I agree.
It's too many people keep saying the same thing, and these cycles just keep going the same way. Boom, 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 boom. Like, come on, why we keep doing this? I made it determined not to be like my father. I made it determined not to be like my uncle. I made it determined not to be like my grandma, telling me how much my mom was a horrible person. I don't care if my family don't like it. I'm saying what happened. It's the truth. My two co-parenting, the mothers, I never spoke ill about them to their kids. Never. Why would I do that? My ex-wife, she talked crap about me to my boys. Crap. You know how your mom is, bro. You know how your mom is, bro. We got to be better, man. I'm just getting so sick and tired of things that we can control in our own home. That we can be better parents by fixing ourselves. I know I have a problem. I know that. I know the way my kids been living wasn't the best way now. What is I'm doing? I'm fixing it. I'm taking accountability.
When did you learn? Did that come when you were alone?
That came way before that. The loneliness told me to recognize to leave that little boy thoughts alone. Like stop being abandonment when you alone. That don't mean that you by yourself. That don't mean that you in a bad place. When you alone, you in a safe place. Right? That means now I'm on this other type of grind. That little boy don't have, nobody, I keep trying to tell people, don't call me Chubby, don't call me Keith, don't call me Keitha, and fuck Harrison. Them not my names. Them not my names. I cannot stand them names. It defined me as who I was as a person. People say, oh, you changed your name because you transitioned. That had nothing to do with it. I changed my name before I even started the journey. You being called something that the people that was raising you didn't even like you. But then justify and say they did like you. I just did what my daddy did to me. But you didn't do it to your kids, though. We got to stop. Listen to me. Then people get mad at me because I say what's on my mind. People will disagree with me about how to raise a child. Why? I ask anybody. They'll sit here. Why do you discipline your kids? You don't discipline them in love. You discipline them in controlling. Trying to control something. It's a difference when you discipline your kids in love, but when you discipline your kids and you take their rights from them to grow as a human being, that's what we keep doing. And that's why you keep seeing all these abandonment issues in these trauma bond relationships. And you seeing people killing the girlfriend or the girlfriend killing the boyfriend. Why? It didn't happen in that relationship. It started back at their home. My marriage is over because that stuff didn't happen We both came into a relationship. Boom, broke. All from our past. All from our past. Just imagine if we had the respect and the decency that our parents loved us. We wasn't crack babies or alcoholic babies.
You're a different outcome. You got everybody got problems, but you might have it might have been some different problems that wouldn't take you down the path that you went. You know, so,
But we got to start educating ourselves. Listen to me.
yeah.
A lot of people, you trying to be better than everybody. You trying to be a white boy. I'm like, man, I don't know why y'all listen. Why y'all keep saying I'm trying? No, I'm just
What
trying
does
to.
that even mean? Like,
But listen to me. I would listen. Everybody thought I was married to a black girl, me a white girl. Everybody. It was like you got to be married to a white girl. I said, why? My my wife used to get so mad, like she used to get offended. I thought it was funny. She was like, "That's what they're trying to say. Black women can't get a man like you." I said, "I don't know. I ain't said it. They'll say it." We this assumption of me trying to be like this. Mostly men wouldn't want to be comfortable like this. Why? Because they'll gotta try to get that girl, and that girl ain't gonna try to talk to them. Why? Because you acting proper. But then when they'll get a white boy, the most nicest people ever. Like, hold on, what? What? Come on, we gotta stop, man. We gotta stop, man. Listen, a lot of us love from abandonment spaces in our life, and that's why I said where I'm at today with my abandonment issues. I don't deal with them no more. I don't mind being alone no more. I don't mind my relationship or my kids because I had them abandonment issues, and I was so scared of anyone doing anything to my kids. I held them close, so close. My wife was like, "You babying up these kids? They can't even walk down the street. I drive them down the street." Like that's how mentally messed up I was because, like, my thought process, if anybody touch my kids, it's over with.
that's another extreme though.
Right?
Like, I feel like having balance is the key.
But how do you have balance when you always in the flight and fight mode? You got to think.
Oh yeah.
Ever since I've been born, I've been in the flight and fight.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't finish. I was just thinking today. I said, "Damn, I didn't even finish ninth grade." I'm like, "Dang, that mean and because I was on the streets,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm trying to protect the people that hurted me. Nah, listen to me. All of them go to hell for all I care. Every last one. Every last one of them. Like I'm so done. This is listen, y'all. This is the fifth episode. We have two more. Next week is going to is listen. I'm so done talking about my this situation, and now I just want to heal more. Right? Next episode is going to be about me talking about myself. I'm literally just going to go ham, and my kids going to come. They're going to make jokes about me.
They, oh, you know the kids gonna do that.
Hey, listen to me. But this is the growth.
I get to talk shit to dad.
Oh man, listen to me. You know how fat I was, dog. Listen, I was so fat, my hairline was this. It was just this, dog. Man, I was like, God. My daughter liked to send me my fat pictures, and I was wobbling and stuff. Hey, I can't
They gonna have fun. With
listen, but that's what it's about. I'm on a recovery journey now.
So, so let me ask because we hit on balance for a 2nd and then we talked about healing,
Mhm.
and you said, how do you have balance when you going through this and that in your life? You brought up a certain way,
Mhm.
and how do you heal?
How-
So that's the question. So that's the question I would.
What act? What is your question?
Yeah. What does that look like? How do you heal? Like how would you tell someone to heal or to create balance, although they've gone through those, because I think sometimes when we say things like we go, and I'm not saying
I'm
you
listening.
in this moment, I'm just saying in general, when we're talking and we say things like we'll skip past them, and it's like we need to. Sometimes we it's like, okay, let's stop right there. Or what does that? Because that was a good question. We was like, how do you have balance when your whole life you dealt with X, Y, and Z? Your whole life you was told you weren't gonna be shit. You had trauma. You had whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that question went unanswered. Because we went somewhere else. So I'm
Okay.
saying like, what could we? How can we get that balance? What does that look like?
One, you to me in this process, what I'm doing is I'm looking at what I really want, right? I'm looking at
Mm-hmm.
what is the value that I can bring myself up on this upcoming journey, and how do I be at peace what happened to my life? How do I come to grips with the people that did and said the things that they said and did to me? How can I be all right when I see them and just be fine and say, "Hey, how you doing?" and keep it pushing, right? You just gotta accept that's what you want to do. You gotta understand that you're not in a fight no more for your life because you're safe. And that's in this process, I'm safe now. I don't need somebody to make me feel whole. I'm whole by myself now because I can fill out an application. My reading is getting way much better because I'm sitting down and I'm taking the steps to make sure that won't happen again.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm releasing what these cats did. I'm releasing because I didn't have a good mother and father. But my kids want to have the best parent that they can. Do I fault them? Yes. But do I blame them? No, because guess what? They went through trauma too. And I'm not their God either. That means I heal by giving it to God. I heal understanding that God had to do this. It was a question, right? Somebody asked me today.
Mm-hmm.
I text you, I said, hey, ask that question. Um, if if God would have told me you're gonna lose your family, because it was two options.
Mm-hmm.
I always told myself I was never going to step on the stage without knowing my identity. Never. It no. If God showed me, well, you're gonna lose your family doing it this way, trying to hold on to it, stuff like this. But if you jump on the stage without fixing your identity and talking about it, you're gonna have money X, Y, and Z. I promise you, I would have picked that way, 100%. If God Himself said that and showed me that, I'm picking my family. I'm picking my family. She said, for real? I said, hell yeah. She said, that's why God didn't show you. I said, shut up. I told her that, but it was true though.
Wait, what were the two? I might
Okay.
have missed something. So you.
My friend, I was talking to my friend, and she was like, if God would have showed you that you was gonna lose your family that you actually worked hard to keep. Like I was
Mm-hmm.
honest, I was gonna everything I need to do, the best ability, I try to do it to keep it. I put
Mm-hmm.
effort into this. That's why
Yeah.
it hurts so much, right?
Mm-hmm.
She said, and I always state I would have never stepped on the stage without fixing my identity. And that's why a lot of stuff I believe happened as well too. She said, would you to either if God would have showed you, hey, if you don't fix your identity and go this way, you're gonna have a lot of money, you're gonna be gifted in the speak because he gave me a
Mm-hmm.
gift to speak. Would you do that? Or would you go because you took all day, you took your time and whatever, you're gonna lose your family. But on this hand, the gift is after the gift is on the other side. The falling is on the other side of this. Like I was gonna fall anyway. My gift was on this side. That means I fell first here. Now
Mm-hmm.
my gift. My gift is here and I fell here.
Mm-hmm.
I said I would have picked this one. Falling. Meaning having my gift, having the stuff,
Mm-hmm.
whatever the case is, but then falling because I got messed up probably
Okay.
in the sex scandal or whatever the case is I was dealing with, right?
Mm-hmm.
But on this one, I fell before I got the blessing. Now I can working on myself before I don't fall when I get over this cliff, over this journey. That means I would have.
And they said that's why you didn't. They said that's why God didn't tell you.
That's why God wouldn't. God. That's why God don't show you your vision of what's going to happen for you to get your blessing. Because some people will fight so much to try to do it. That's when they'll just give up, like, oh, I'll bump it. But if you'd have went 1 inch, your blessing was right there. Right? That's how we out of turn bit. I'm like, oh dang. And I felt bad once I got off the phone. I said, dang, God, I would have denied you. Straight up. Or I would have ignored him. Like, bro, nah, dog, I gotta take care of my family. Because being a man and you can't provide for your family and you doing everything you can, it that hurts me. Because you gotta think, that's all I wanted in life. I never wanted anything else but stuff and family. That means it's gonna hurt me more than somebody that didn't want a family.
That response is interesting though. I kind of want to. I don't want to get
too
far.
We got time. We got time. We got time.
Like, so you was like, God, I would have ignored you. I would have like, because like now, and my perspective on God, religion, and all of that. Like,
yes, I do.
So like, it's just interesting that there's people that want to hear from God. They're looking for something. They're reaching for something, and they claim that that's what they want. That they devout Christians or whatever, but don't really like follow like the Bible to a T, or they have, what I'm saying. You see like the fault, their faults, like when you around church people and things like that. But it's like you saying, if I actually spoke to him, because this is the thing, like we like right now we ain't. It's like we're reaching for God, right? We're reaching, and we like, I want to see you, like, what I'm saying. We sing songs, we seeking your face. We want to make it. We're reaching for that because right now we don't see it. Like we don't see God sitting here in the chair next to us, right? We don't see and just hear that voice like how me and you are talking, right? But you're saying if you knew God enough, like he literally came, he spoke to you and was like, hey, this is what it is. Like you got that type of relationship with God, you would ignore.
I would ignore it. Sure would. Because I love my family more than God itself. Because you guys.
That's just interesting. It's like it's
I'm listen, but it goes back to where my mindset was at.
I feel like a lot of people though are like that. It's like
he told Peter begged for a baby. Then God said, hey, take your son up to the hill and go kill him. Peter was like, are you serious? And when he was about to kill him, God said, nah, bro, I was just saying what faith you had. Me? God had said that, I would have
I know, okay.
I was like, nah, bro, I'm not.
I think that was Abraham, I think.
Was it Abraham? It might. Hey, it might be Abraham, it might be Peter. You got a phone, Google it. It's one of them two. But what I'm trying to get you, I wouldn't have did it. I wouldn't have never did it. I would have failed and been embarrassed because that's where my mind state was at as a child. Because I was still dealing with trauma. I was still focusing on protecting my family as a man should. Right? But when you see how I look at it is when we pray, we ask God for things. But in a sense, we don't want to let things go that we asking him to take from us. I was asking God many years, like, hey God, I need this out of me. I can't move until this is out of me. But I was trying to play God because I didn't want to let it go. I wanted to let it go secretly. Like, okay, that's why I was trying to let it go.
That's why it's interesting to me. Like, most Christians are like, it's like that. It's like that.
You got to explain now.
It like exactly what you are saying. I feel like most people. So like, if you had, it's just like you don't. So how people talk about you not knowing what you have until it's gone, and not really, or you taking the person that's near you, that's closest to you, and that's right in your face for granted.
Yes.
You know, and then even this, there's a scripture that says like, and I don't know it verbatim, but
you the pastor.
It's shit. I'm using your words.
Hey, I'm listening.
You know what I'm saying? There's a scripture that says something like, "How can you say you love me when you don't love your brother that's sitting right next to you?"
Mm-hmm.
And so when that example that you gave about God literally telling you, it's like if he here in your face, like you wouldn't even. So like
I would ignore him.
This shit just wild to me.
Hey, because you got to think, I'm looking in the flesh. I'm looking at a natural fleshly thing that I'm making money and providing. I'm looking at my kids being happy for Christmas and their birthdays. I'm looking at my wife being everything she wanted. I can give it to her. That's what I'm looking at more than anything.
So why not just be that and focus on that? Why even bring? And like I said, I don't want to get far off into that. It was interesting. Like
we already far.
Why? Why have a God or be a Christian if you like this is my focus. This is what I want.
And I think that's where that balancing of where if you say I want to be God, but you play the both of the fence, you're gonna have to test one or the another. See, I could have been like, you know what, God, you made me fall. You took my family. I'm just gonna do what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna turn straight trans, right? God, you did what I do. I'm gonna just go move out to where I was gonna move out after this. You know what I'm saying? But I said, nah, I'm tired of running. I'm tired of being a victim, and I'm tired of being victims to everybody else around me. That means I'm surrendering to the best ability of what I know now. But when I'm saying if God would have came to me a year ago, the top of 2024, and he told me that, I would have. Remember the Tyler Perry movie in the girl was messing with the white boy. Oh, you don't watch Tyler Perry? Okay.
I don't know nothing about
I can't. It was like she was messing with this white dude, and the mother was like, "He ain't gonna leave his wife. You need to." And she was married to a black dude, and he was like, he is insistent. She's like, well, I'm gonna have fun until it ends. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it ended bad for her at the end of the day. But she wanted that gratification because whatever she was going through. That's in the same sense of what I'm saying. Like, I'm not looking at so much of what God is talking about. I'm looking at the desires of what my kids and what a family need. It need a financial stable person that can bring you the income. You don't want to you don't want to keep coming up with excuses why you can't get your kids stuff for Christmas or their birthdays. And I know, like, no. I'm telling you what I would have done.
So I'm saying, like, you can do that, right? Be all that you need to be for your family and for your kids without having the struggle of trying to be like, but I want, but God, you know what I mean? If that's because you talked about surrender, you was like, "Nah, I'm gonna surrender, like to
right because
like, why
okay, because it was like this. I would go to church, but I would still hold on to the secret. That's when we'll go live a different life, and that's the point I got tired of.
So you don't feel like you would just be happy? You would just be happy just living
the
life that you want to live versus being like feeling like you being.
I was
in another direction.
But I was living a life that I liked, right? But it came with consequence. In the sense of where I'm at today and how I wanted to live my life. I always wanted to be a man of God. I always wanted to be a minister. I always wanted to be a pastor. I always wanted to be a speaker. That's what I meant to say. I said minister again, pastor. No, I always wanted to be a speaker. But I didn't want to fall. I didn't want to hurt people. Because I know how hurt feel when you hurt people.
And you feel like the relationship with God keeps you from falling.
Yes. In the sense of hurting other people. In the sense of, yes. Because you got to think. Even the simple fact, let's go back to what I was talking about yesterday when in the car. You ain't gonna say. But when I said, hey, da da da, and I started joking like, hey, I'm about to do this, I'm gonna do this on my birthday. Remember?
Yeah.
But then when it said in my spirit, what did I start chanting? What did I say?
Oh, I mean, you took it back. Like, no, I'm gonna do the right thing to do.
My point exactly.
So, and it's for the respect. It's like
in respect of what? Yes, it's
so.
yes.
This is why I'm saying it's so crazy to me, bro. Because right now you're making that decision. So, and I'm not, because if it works for you, it works for you. I'm not. So this is not a judgment to you. It's
I know
just,
it's not.
It's just everything for me is for research purposes, and it's you know what I'm saying, social experiment. So like, but it's interesting because it's like you're doing that now because you're like, I got this respect for God. This is what's grounding me. This is what's keeping me, and that's cool if that's working for you.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just looking at like your mindset and the mindset of other Christians, because they would also say this is probably the same, or maybe not. They wouldn't say it. You just more real. They wouldn't say it, but it's like you have that respect now for something that's like seemingly so far away. It's like God. When you think about God, it's like that he's way up there somewhere.
But I
you
don't.
said when he was dying, if he was here in your face and told you don't do that, you would be like, man, fuck that God. I'm about to go over here and turn up.
I would have.
That's what.
Because, like I said,
I know I'm kind of talking in circles.
No,
I keep going back to it. It's just like wow to me, bro.
Hey, take over your life.
You said what?
Hey, dude, but you got to think. I grew up in a Christian household.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I did too.
Okay. That means my value of what I see and what I wanted. It's something in my spirit that always told me this is not for you to do. This is not what. No.
I respect it.
Right.
Yeah.
But I kept flirting.
It worked.
I kept flirting around with it. But I was more decency to say, I'm not going to get on the stage, because I know getting on the stage, when you have a sexual addiction or whatever the case is, look what happened. You can look at R. Kelly, look at Puffy, look at all these cats, these pastors, these ministers.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't happen when it didn't start when they got the money. Though Ben had that problem. That's why they'll try to do the RICO case, because he had the power of the money. That stuff didn't happen. It didn't happen when he got that first thing. No, that was something inside of him. I did not want to fall, because that's embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
It's embarrassing to me. And I really want to heal people. Listen to me. I like helping people.
Yeah.
I know how it feels being hurt. That's why I can't work with kids. I cannot work with. I can't work with kids. I can't. I can't, because I know how it feels.
Would you say it'd be?
It'd be
like
very tough.
It'd be
yes,
okay.
Yes. It'd be very, very tough, because it would then trigger me to like. And then your mom or dad pick you up. I'm like, man, you punk ass nigga. That's why I like helping the parents. That's why I like working with the men. Why? Because I can tell that man, hey man, go see about your kid, dog. I know you like having your pants down on the corner with these other guys, but go see your kid, dog. I do have a question. This is the question that always gets me. People will call me gay because I like my thighs. I love my thighs. I don't care what nobody says. I got some sexy ladies. But they don't call the dude on the corner with the tight pants, with the colorful drawers, and I be seeing them intentionally pulling up their pants over their butts. I mean their shirt over their butt, but you can see their drawers. But I'm gay. These cats is around nothing but guys, but they're cool. It confused me.
I mean, I wouldn't let other people.
No, I don't now, but like these are some of the things that was always messing me up. To be like, man, suicide is way much better than life. Because I can walk past a group of guys standing on the corner, they'll Jones me because how I'm dressed. But I'm like, dog, you got your girl's flip flop and colorful socks on, but you cool though. But because I'm proper and I'm doing this, I gotta be gay. I gotta do this.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's like some stuff just need to be ignored because
I ignore it now. I just
don't make sense.
listen.
Like,
I ignore it now. I'm just telling you what some of my problems be when it comes to these people. I'll be like, man, y'all some stupid cats,
yeah.
right? I mean, just wait till we do like a 2 hour or 3 hour show. I'm telling you, I'm gonna have to have security guards. So what I'm gonna say, I'm dead. I'm dead, but I'm dead. Listen to me. When I say no more secrets, when I say this is the last day of me talking about my past for a minute, watch what I do. Watch what I say. I'm gonna be intentional, respectfully, but I'm gonna say what I need to say.
Yeah.
Cause I have listen, I have no more. I have nothing else but stuff to win at this point in my life. Nothing.
So if you moving on, you're gonna be on the next thing, the next season. What in this season? Because we got a couple minutes. What would you? What do you feel like you would leave it off with? What would you leave it with? Because you moving on, you saying you're not gonna be on the same.
I'm not asking no more. I'm just doing it. I'm not asking for people respect. I'll go stand on the corner and do what I need to do. I don't need your platform. I don't need you to stand next to me because I'm great by myself. That little quiet, fat, chubby motherfucker that would come in and just be quiet and say, nah, bro. Nah, bro. It's not, that's not happening. That means when I come, I'm speaking the truth. I will respect the audience, but you just got to make sure you respect me, audience.
There it is.
You about to listen. You about to make sure. Listen to me. I'm not dog. I've been nice way too long. Way too long on so many levels. Nah, dog. I got to get my life back in order, and that's not going to be me. Oh yeah. Nah, bro.
You gotta take it.
I'm taking what's mine.
Taking what's mine. That's a beautiful way to end. Taking what's mine.
Man, listen. You can't quiet my voice.
Yes, sir.
You cannot listen to me. Somebody I know, I can't say their name. Jake was like, "You give a fuck about what people say." When I first met him, he said, "You give a fuck way too many people." I said, "Oh, I have to go." I'm on what Jake was talking about. Fuck these cats, man. I'm gonna live my truth. I'm gonna have fun. If you don't want to roll with me, you just don't want to roll with me. If you don't want to be next to me, listen to me. It doesn't matter. I'm in the space of being happy and free. Somebody was like, that means, listen to me. If I want to sit next to a trans, I'm going to sit next to a trans. Why? Because I don't give a freak. They're a human being. If I want to sit next to 3 gay people, they're human beings. You must be gay. You can go and call me anything regardless of the fact I don't care no longer. Why are you so busy judging me and you need to judge yourself? Like, that's what type of time, man, listen to me. There's Trey. Dog, no, I'm not. I'm gonna take what Jake says from State Farm. I'm taking what Jake says. Listen to me. I am not listening to me. When I first met him, he said he was like, I don't want to be like, oh man, you care about what people say so much. And I know I do. And I was trying to say no, and
Shout
I can't.
out to Jake.
Hey, listen, it was so many things I was trying to excuse.
You have to get your ass in line.
And it's like after me just sitting down in this season, it's like, why do I care what people say, man? They're gonna say it regardless.
Straight up.
They're gonna say everything about me regardless. And if I don't stand up now, when the fuck I'm gonna stand up when I'm 60, 70 years old with one teeth, with a bad back, with no wife now? This is my 7th marriage. I'm like, because I'm still, nah, bro. I'm authentic. I'm truthful. I'm a great man. I'm an honest person. And I like to have fun now. I like to smile.
Yeah.
When I look at my old pictures, I know, oh, we got time. We got time. We got time. When I look at my old phone, I have so many pictures of my wife, my kids. I have no pictures of me.
Mm.
But when I look at my phone today, guess what? It's nothing but sexy ass pictures of me now. I be like, damn, that nigga sexy as hell. If man, listen to me. If I can lay me, I would lay me.
Man, why did I know? Why did I know you was about to say that?
Hey, listen to me. If I could do me, I'm doing me.
I have no response for that.
Listen to me. Hey, I'm being honest though. Listen to me. Listen to me.
Live your truth, man.
Hey man, I'm living my truth to the fullest, man. And not listen to me. You won't be here next week, man. Where you going next week?
Chicago.
Okay. You're going to Chicago. That means I'm by myself next week. That's when the following week we won't be here either. I'm not even going to do it. I'm just going to recap. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to be actually out of town. I'm going to be out of town that week. I'm like, listen,
recalibrate.
Listen to me. It's crazy. Yeah. Jake was dude this week. You next week. Hey, dog. I'm like, listen.
It's my turn.
Hey, dog. Listen. I'm getting up out of here, dog. Listen to me. I am getting up out of here. I'm gonna enjoy myself and be ready for the next season, man. And we're gonna have so much fun.
For sure.
Yeah, so much fun.
Hey.
It's good. Now listen, we did nothing we were supposed to do.
Yeah.
We got it. Like I said, it got to be longer. It's gonna have to start being longer. It's gonna have to start being longer. Personally, it's gonna have to start being longer. It's gonna have to start being longer though, personally. Because it's gonna have to start being longer.
You're gonna need a script too. You're gonna need one of these with you too. Cause I couldn't even I really couldn't.
Hold on, I gotta close this out. No. That was the problem the whole time because I didn't have my paper. I thought I had it on that email, but that email wasn't working. Hold on. When I gotta close this because first I gotta get it to stop listening to it.